Imagine discovering entire moons hiding inside a planet's rings, after humanity has already studied that planet for over 40 years. Not distant exoplanets, not objects around another star, moons. In our own solar system, scientists now believe Uranus may be hiding previously unknown moons. Embedded directly within its rings, objects so well camouflaged they escape decades of observation. And the weirdest part, the clues were visible the whole time. For decades, astronomers noticed strange distortions, waves, and gravitational patterns inside Uranus's rings that didn't fully make sense. Now, researchers think those disturbances may be caused by tiny hidden moons quietly orbiting inside the ring system itself, which means Uranus may still be hiding secrets we've never actually seen. And honestly, that's fitting, because Uranus has always been the most overlooked giant planet in the solar system. But that might finally be changing. Part 1. The most neglected planet. When people think of giant planets, they think of Jupiter's storms, Saturn's rings, maybe Neptune's deep blue winds. But Uranus, most people remember it for one reason, the name, and that's unfortunate, because Uranus is genuinely one of the strangest worlds we've ever discovered. It rotates sideways. Its magnetic field is wildly tilted and chaotic. Its seasons last over 20 Earth years each. And unlike Saturn's bright icy rings, Uranus has dark, narrow rings that are incredibly difficult to observe. In fact, we've only visited Uranus once in human history. That was in 1986. When NASA's Voyager 2 spacecraft flew past, one flyby, that's it. Almost everything we know comes from that single encounter plus distant telescope observations from Earth. Imagine trying to understand Earth after seeing it once from a speeding airplane in the middle of the night. That's basically our situation, which means hidden objects there are not only possible, they're expected. Part 2. The rings shouldn't look like this. Uranus has 13 known rings. But unlike Saturn's wide rings made of reflective ice, Uranus's rings are dark, thin, and surprisingly messy. Some are only a few kilometers wide, others contain clumps, gaps, and strange wave-like structures. And those details matter, because rings don't stay organized on their own. Gravity constantly pulls and disturbs them, particles collide, material spreads out over time. So, when astronomers see sharp edges or repeating patterns, it often means something nearby is controlling it gravitationally, usually a moon. These are sometimes called shepherd moons, tiny moons orbiting near rings that use gravity to keep ring particles confined and stable. Saturn has them, Neptune has them, and Uranus appears to have them too, except here's the problem, some of the ring behavior around Uranus doesn't match the moons we already know about. Something else is influencing the rings. Something small, something hidden. Part 3. The hidden moon theory. Scientists studying the rings noticed subtle distortions, patterns that move through the rings almost like ripples in water. These structures suggest gravitational interactions with unseen objects astronomers are seeing. The effects of moons before directly seeing the moons themselves. It's similar to how astronomers found Neptune before actually observing it. They saw gravity changing another planet's orbit. The same logic may now apply to Uranus's rings. If a hidden moon orbits within a ring, its gravity can create waves and gaps. Several of Uranus's rings show exactly those signatures. The objects may only be a few kilometers across, dark, tiny, practically invisible against the already dark rings, which explains why we missed them for so long. Hidden in plain sight. Part 4. Why these moons are so hard to see. If telescopes today are so powerful, why can't we just photograph them directly? First, it's far away, nearly 3 billion kilometers from Earth. Second, the potential moons are tiny. Third, Uranus's rings are unusually dark, reflecting very little sunlight. Imagine trying to spot a lump of coal floating inside a black dust cloud from billions of kilometers away. That's the challenge. Even advanced telescopes often detect these objects indirectly through motion and gravitational influence rather than clear images. And sometimes, hidden moons only reveal themselves when lighting conditions change perfectly. That's how Saturn and Neptune's moons were found. Part 5. Why this matters. At first glance, Hidden moons around Uranus might sound like a small discovery, but it tells us something bigger. Planetary systems are more active and complex than we realized. Rings aren't static decorations. They're dynamic environments. Hidden moons may even help explain how ring systems survive over long periods. Without shepherds, many rings would gradually disappear. These tiny moons act almost like cosmic maintenance crews. And every new moon we find helps scientists reconstruct the history of Uranus. Part 6 Uranus is having a scientific comeback for years. Scientists have argued that Uranus deserves its own dedicated mission. NASA and other agencies are discussing future missions that could return to Uranus in the 2030s or 2040s. And if that happens, we may discover these hidden moons directly for the first time. Possibly dozens of them. Outro. What I love about this is that it reminds us how incomplete our map of the solar system still is. The universe doesn't always hide its secrets far away. Sometimes they're sitting right in front of us, waiting for us to finally notice. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more space mysteries, because the universe is a lot weirder than we think.